Is a war for the surface world still in the cards? Here's how Namor's surprise decision hints at so much more than you realized. Warning, there are spoilers afoot. Being a technologically advanced small isolated nation in possession of an incredibly potent and rare mineral is a kind of situation that can cause friction with your neighbors. In the case of Black Panther Wakanda Forever, this description could be equally applied to both Wakanda and Talokan, both of which have tremendous reserves of vibranium. In case you've missed out on the MCU over the past decade, vibranium is an exceptionally hard-to-find resource on much of Earth. Though both Wakanda and Talokan have enough to forge and fuel entire societies, it does show up elsewhere in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, notably in Captain America's shield and Vision's body.
It's beautiful. The vibranium atoms aren't just compatible with the tissue cells, they're binding them.
Of course, a narrative in Wakanda Forever is kicked off because of this resource, which draws both reclusive nations into conflict. Talokan is led by Namor, a famous pragmatic anti-hero from the comics. Talokan is an underwater kingdom that is essentially ruled by Namor, and he becomes incensed when the CIA uses a vibranium-detecting machine that leads them directly to this secretive kingdom. Namor blames Wakanda for this trouble and gives them an ultimatum: find and turn over the scientists responsible for the device, or the full fury of Talokan will be unleashed upon Wakanda. Considering that the major fight in Black Panther Wakanda Forever involves Wakanda and Talokan, these two civilizations must have very different opinions about the surrounding world.
When you said we are going to open Wakanda to the rest of the world, this is not what I imagined.
Wakanda, within the context of the MCU, is slowly opening itself more and more to outside nations, while Talokan is straight-up hostile at any territorial infractions. At one point in the movie, Namor offers Shuri and her fellow Wakandans a peace treaty and alliance in order to subjugate the rest of the world, but Wakanda rejects the offer. As the final battle between Namor and Shuri comes to its culmination, Shuri gains the upper hand. Quickly realizing that vengeance is taking over her heart, Shuri stays her hands from slaying Namor, who then offers to yield to Shuri. One initial interpretation of this surrender is that he's moved by Shuri's offer for a truce. However, Namor later makes a comment that both Wakanda and Talokan will need allies in the battles to come, which hints that perhaps he isn't done with his plans to wage war on the surface world.
That can't be good.
So what is the best way to explain Namor's newfound capitulation to Wakanda? Throughout Black Panther Wakanda Forever, Namor's primary motivation is the preservation of his people at the expense of all else. Maybe he is simply establishing rules of non-aggression with the one nation that could theoretically bring ruin to his beloved homeland. It's also made clear that Namor believes Wakanda will be inevitably attacked for its vibranium and turn to Talokan as an ally. Doing so would leave Wakanda in debt to Talokan, a debt that could be repaid by fighting alongside them. In other words, Namor isn't the type of person to seek peace unconditionally, and there is definitely a vibe that he has further plans somewhere along the line. Whether he is trying to remove Wakanda as an enemy or establish them as allies is still up for debate, but one thing is for certain: this won't be the last time MCU fans get a chance to see Namor. Whether he is an enemy, ally, or a mix of both is up to Namor himself. He's always straddled the line between villain and hero.